A shrine surrounded by lava. Crap. Was that on my map already? Somehow? Nope. It's just surrounded by lava. I gotta figure out... The time has come. That's the last Guardian Beast. I would like to have all of the game's abilities, since we're coming to a close. But I need to figure out how to fight off fire damage. Someone, somewhere, must be able to give me gear that resists this stuff. But I've just never found it. And it has been a point of frustration. But it's also my fault, because I literally haven't even bothered doing the most basic approach, which would be to just try to go up Death Mountain via the roads, where I would expect tutorial-ish characters to rear their heads. And instead of doing that, I've just been like, later. But later now might be the time, as opposed to later now. As opposed to later now. Now might be the time, as opposed to later now. What a great sentence. That made perfect sense. Didn't sound like complete and lunatic gibberish or anything. So, how close can I get before I just start lighting on fire? Duh! Jesus Christ. Okay. This game does not play around with the whole... Like, this game does not screw around with the whole fire damage via hot air around. Raym Shrine. Ah! Get inside. It's dangerous. Shrine 100. I burned for this. Oh, it's a real shrine too. A balanced approach. Raym Shrine. Interesting. Also, don't try this at home, kids. That was not a reasonable way to treat myself to get in here. I'm gonna have to pause the game the moment I get out to warp away to somewhere else, because I'm gonna die. But I'm sure it's relatively easy to find fire-resistant gear if I actually take the proper routes. Alright, so there are 3 metal blocks, all hiding behind this thing that requires a key. I probably need that for some element of the whole situation going on here with the balance. Wow, that's a lot of balances. Those are a lot of balance beam things. Scales, I mean. Okay. Weird. Allowed to be inclined to want to get that one, right? Is it metal? No, it is not. Because it seems like there's a chest over there. And I bet that contains the key I need. Not really sure what to think about those things. So... I want you to be the heavy one. Based on that, let's blow you up. There we go, that's the light one now, so this one gives me the box. Hey, got the key. As expected. Now I gotta figure out how to do this thing. I imagine using these boxes to get to the ending is probably relatively easy, but using these boxes to get to whatever that weird platform is there with the chest, probably a little harder. Well, I'm not sure what's going on over here. I guess I'd have to use bombs to blow that up. That's straightforward enough. Let's see, if I use one of you guys, I can push that box off this one, which will lead to that raising in the air with the bomb, which will lead to it hopefully getting rid of the barrier. Got it. There goes the barrier. Let's get a little higher. Is there a... Nope, that's it. So if I just get up there, that's all I need, and then I win. That's probably easy to do. So let's ignore that for a bit, and focus on this instead. There's these two scales. But they're like hanging from the ceiling, apparently. Can you support this sitting on top of you? Okay, that's straightforward. Surprisingly so. Okay. Now with you like this, I'm gonna fly across this side. Send you back over to here to raise it again. What you got for me? It's a Royal Claymore. Another Royal Claymore. Okay. Quantity of Royal Claymores getting slightly weird, but they are very high damage two-handed swinging weapons. Not as high as the Mighty Lionel Crusher or the Ancient Battle Axes. In fact, it's actually not great for great weapons necessarily, but it's something, I suppose. It's still a high damage weapon. Get rid of the Lionel Sword at this point. Actually, no. I mean, I've used it a lot. I was breaking rocks with it earlier. It's probably gonna break soon. Man, these went from being things I never found, and I didn't even know were in the game yet, and it turned into something that I find constantly. This one has crit on it, apparently. Okay. Now the dangerous game begins. Almost as dangerous as me jumping into the volcano as I did. Yeah, I'm gonna need you to come down. This would be easier if this thing was not... Oh god, I almost hurt myself there. It would be easier with that not currently being counterbalanced. There we go. Okay, I don't want to use this yet. Bring them along so I can use them. So, what should make this nice and safe is that if I have this guy on the platform with me, then it should stop the spikes from hitting me. That should be all I really need, right? Save me. Woo! Ooh, that's uncomfortable. Alright. Da-na-na-na. Do I have this chest? Yes, we're all good. Shrine number 100. And it only took more than 100 episodes to get there. This is probably... Oh, we're probably past 120 episodes, let alone 100. Hey, free heal. Just need to remember to escape as fast as possible or I'll start dying. I'll see you in Kakariko Village, where I'll get 2 more hearts, and we'll figure out what the hell to do next. So here we are, 100 shrines completed, and I haven't had to look any of them up. Let's get some more hearts. I'm getting so many hearts, I might be tempted to turn some more of them into stamina again for another ring of stamina. I feel like I don't only want to do it if I have enough for an entire ring. I gotta remind myself whether it's 5 or 6 that gives you a ring of stamina. I guess I have enough either way if I want to have a full bar of hearts, but then more stamina. Might wait till I find more though. Well, there's only 5 more upgrades left in the game, actually. I mean, yeah, there's 120 in the game. I have 100 of them. It takes 4 for each upgrade, so I can only do 5 more upgrades total. So I can have 11 hearts on the second row, or I can turn 5 or 6 of them into a stamina circle to even them out. Probably a good way to handle it. Just gonna have to figure out how I want to handle things, but first I gotta find the shrines. And above all else, I probably need to do the Goron area to unlock the rest of the map. And then I'll be able to find every shrine. Alright, welcome to the shrine we did earlier. Back in the Zora location. My goal is to go after this dude. Give a nice blood red mark based on the fact that he's a boss enemy. So we want to take out the Hinox because he's plaguing the local lands, but also because it's a combat-oriented quest and I'd like to get some quests out of the way. Then I'll go back and tell them I took out the Hinox, maybe show a trophy or something if needed, and maybe I should take a photo just in case. And also turn in the photo for the Lionel, and then we'll have some happy Zoras. A few of them, not all of them. Listen, they have a lot of quests out there. It would be one hell of an undertaking to do every single quest in this entire game. I'll just take the photo anyway. Sneaky, sneaky. Sneaky, sneaky. Alright. We want high defense, so bing, bing, bing. That'll make me hard to hurt. And probably not the Hyrule sword, no. A better choice would be one of these guys. Damage time! Oops, that didn't work out. Didn't think about the eventuality of it breaking. This also might do it. Ow, and that's damaging shockwave. Well, didn't think that far ahead. Good news is it was damaging. Bad news is I was focusing on the part of his body that doesn't really take damage because it was shielded by something. Whoops. I think I just broke 2 of them. I did. I broke 2 of the Guardian weapons. Ooh. Sneaky river escargot. Anything here of some— oh, never photographed the Knight's Halberd. Or the Royal Bow. Really, the Royal Bow. I have those all the time. Apparently my photos are full again. Alright. Gotta be careful with what I pick here. I'm gonna get myself in some trouble. Oh, I have not deleted these for a while. They're dating back all the way back to when I got to that house full of shields. Why was it taking pictures of rocks? I don't remember what my own behavior was motivated by. Some strange decisions here. The sword, that stuff's taken care of, yep. Oh wow. These photos are really old then if they date all the way back to when I was taking out that whole situation there. Okay, so... delete. There we go. Got the quest one, I've got 2 pictures of blights. Got this guy. Why is he a quest? I guess I must have a quest saying to take a photo of him. And for some reason I just keep this one around. The, like, let's get fireflies in the house quest. That was an interesting one. I have photographed the Royal Broadsword before. Crap. Well, that's a crappy weapon. Let's go break it. I'll get it broken and then I'll make up for it. That didn't really work out. Keep it going. We're going downhill. No. Oh. These shrines prove to be pretty nearby. Because right down there is a shrine because it's the actual town. I don't know if I noticed the gargantuan fish that's the main building before. That's silly. So someone wanted a Lionel photo and somebody else wanted me to take care of the Hinox. Let's see, I may have to find the exact mission just so I can tell who the hell wanted it. Let's see. Defeat the Hinox, yeah. Hopefully they're on the top floor. Was it you? Hey! Huh, that stench. Did you perhaps defeat that Hinox by Rallis Pond? What? You really did? I can't... Wow, thank you, really. I knew it. The champion who saved the domain is in a whole other league. Please, take this. Consider it a small token of my immense gratitude. I guess you beat me to dealing with that Hinox. I really want to get stronger. Dun 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 dun, the giant of Rallis Pond has been destroyed. Where the heck's the other mission? Oh my god, there's not even a scroll bar on the screen, so you can't even tell how far along you are. I have so many missions. Stone, no, not the Stone Monument. Yeah, Lionel Safari. There we go. Oh, was that a mission? Nope, just sighing. Oh. Capson. Oh. You meet any engaged couples. I did not piece that together, but the guy who talks about the engaged couples is also the character who might be someone I would send to that one, what is it, that one construction area? I still need to find a Goron whose name ends with Sun, so I can do that. But I may have just found the person needed for the next step.
Hi.
Hello. Link. How's that Lionel mission coming along? I have your picture. Oh wow. Please show me. What? My apologies. That sound was not very dignified, was it? Pardon me. I'm all better now. The Lionel, how terrifying. One look at this, and I doubt anyone would get any reckless ideas about visiting Polymus Mountain. Thank you. I'll tell the children of the domain about this. Maybe that will scare them away from the mountain. Oh right, your reward. Oh. Zora Greaves. So swim speed up. Greaves have been passed down among the Zora for generations. It's been said that they're crafted using dragon scales to equip them to swim faster. These Zora Greaves were once made by a skilled craftsman by order of an ancient Zora king. Now they're fairly common. As you may know, East Reservoir Lake was created in collaboration between Hylians and the Zora. After East Reservoir Lake was finished, we made Zora Greaves as a token of friendship for Hylians who came to visit. But over time, the number of Hylians visiting the domain dwindled, and my father had to close his armor shop. These Zora Greaves here were the last pair left in stock, in the stockroom when he closed up shop. Wearing these, even a Hylian can swim as well as a Zora. That said, these would be a waste on me. They're only useful for a Hylian like you. Please take good care of them. That was Lionel Safari. I have a full set of swim gear now. I don't have the Zora helm, but I have the opal earrings that lead to the same effect. So I have maximum swim speed. Neat. So I bet someone around here must also have a quest that gives me the last piece. You're moving around, aren't you? You were at the statue last time. If you ever find yourself in this part of the world again, I implore you to come visit us. We are always here for you. Oh, and have I mentioned how incredible you are and how thankful I am? Same as before. Whoa, he's gone. Ah! Oh, he's back. Hi. That was terrifying. Don't do that again, okay? Okay. What does my swim speed look like now? This guy seems... Oh, he's the one that's repairing with the glow stuff. Okay. Can you not climb out? There we go. Oh, oh crap. Did not realize I was going towards land at first. Photograph. Mine. Let's just swim right off that waterfall now. At my amazing new swim speed of... passably fast, I suppose? I don't know. Yeah, I think I'm going fast. I'm also going off a waterfall though, so who knows? Ah. Yeah, I think I'm going fast. It's funny because when you're swimming, you're often in the middle of the ocean, so it's like there's not tons of nearby moving objects. But this has to be way faster, yeah. Hello. Amber. Huh. Just chilling around here? Oh yeah, like I used to take time to get around. Now it seems like I can just get places. So between my expanded stamina and these pieces of swim gear, I can actually just cross these relatively large expanses of water pretty easily, actually, without the need to constantly spam those ice pillars everywhere to make it easier. That's nice. I'll take that. I think there's one of the tablets over there I'm supposed to find. How many have I found? I might do it if the quest told me where all of them were, but I'm guessing it doesn't. And while, I don't know. I'm not totally against the idea, but I'm not sure if I'd want to slowly poke around this entire area until I find 10. History of Zora Part 3, Miracle of the White Scale as told by King Dorephan. Our scholars say that in the distant past, Zora's domain had a king with no special talent for the art of war. What he lacked in skill with the blade he made up for in love for his people, and especially love for his queen. One day, news reached the king of a horde of monsters gathering in the Zodoban highlands. The king steeled himself for war to protect his people, but the queen knew how ill-suited for the task he was. Worried for his life, she wove one of her own scales into his armor, hoping that her love would protect him in battle. It seemed for a time that the tide of the battle favored the Zora, and that all would make it safely home. But the cunning Lizalfos general saw an opening and seized it, driving the king's forces into a corner. Just when the general's sword was ready to crash down upon the king, a miracle took place. An errant sunbeam reflected from the scale of his armor, blinding the Lizalfos, stopping the death blow from falling. This was the chance the king needed to rally his forces and turn the tide, taking down the general and securing victory. This came to be known as the Miracle of the White Scale, a scale that only female Zora possess. It was this miracle that began the tradition of Zora princesses crafting armor for their future husbands. Oh. And she crafted armor for me, so she was hoping to get married, ultimately. And she crafted armor that probably featured her own scales also. It's funny not being able to chop that thing at all, because I have a halberd instead. You think it would still work at some point if you just aim it correctly. I mean, this thing's kind of an axe, although I don't think Link's that interested in swinging it like one. Oh, that's a Korok seed over there. Well, far be it from me to ignore such a thing. And I think there's another story over there. It was below the bridge, and I didn't want to jump down to it at the time, because I was in the middle of something. Hearty bass. I've never seen one of those before, apparently. Froggy! Had my Big the Cat moment for a second there. Up here? Yep. Haven't had one of you in a few episodes. Yeah, ha ha! Hip. Oh. You were lucky this time. I need to go up. Oops. You really do get some air from that. Ooh, you're valuable. A few of you are, actually. Woo! Even more. There we go. Well, if I'm poking around, I might as well at least select the right quest. Maybe it even tells me how many I've found. That's the Goron with Sun. Fang and Bone. Oh. So I took a photo of the Fang and Bone guy. If I go back to the Akala stable, East Akala stable, I can show that to this guy. That's why that photograph is highlighted. Kano Beach. Blue Snail. I probably have the recipe stuff for this at this point, don't I? That was so long ago in this playthrough when I first got to the beach area for the first time. Goron Spice. The 4 missing friends. That's like the first quest I found. Haven't even slightly investigated that. There we go. There are 10 to find in total. It doesn't tell me how many I found at all. Huh. Mildly disappointed there. So you were up here. I think this was the platform where the stone was. There we are. All your wildlife are belong to me. Oop. Well, now I've got to make sure I grab those. I don't even know why I'm prioritizing fireflies. I'm pretty sure I finished everything that involved grabbing them before both the quests and the upgrades, but I'm just like, well, these are moderately rare and they're shiny because they're glow bugs. I just insist on making sure to sneak for a bit to grab them real quick. And no one else here is a real bug. They're just ambiance. History of Zora Part 4, the light-scale trident as told by King Dorephan. The queen and I were blessed with a daughter as lovely as a jewel. We named our princess Mipha. To celebrate her birth, the smithy Dento presented Mipha with a gift, a mighty spear called the light-scale trident. Mipha grew into a bright girl and soon reached the age of receiving lessons from the royal family's order of knights. The whole of the royal guard adored her, especially Sergeant Sejin, who loved her as if she were his own kin. Under Sejin's instruction, Mipha honed her skills, and her radiance grew along with her skill with light-scale trident. As a champion, Mipha made her people proud. However, once the great calamity struck, she was never to return. All of Zora's domain fell into misery. The merest thought of the princess was enough to overcome anyone with tears. As a way of offering her soul repose, they tried to send the light-scale trident drifting down the Zora River. But when they did, the trident began to glow, and Mipha's voice rang aloud and clear for all Zora to hear. The light-scale trident and I are one. Abandon your grief and know joy once again. Do not cry, just remember. And so, keeping to her request, on the day of the great calamity, the day that Mipha passed from this world, the Zora venerate the light-scale trident and remember their brave princess. Such is the origin of the Champion Festival. Aw, well that's nice. Except I have the real trident. Actually, that's weird. Oh, that's weird. That's really weird. They all gather together. They supposedly found out that Mipha's soul is bound to the trident, and so they celebrate directly to the trident. But they celebrate to a replica of the trident, so they're not really celebrating Mipha directly. At least she's not present, according to their own belief system, because the actual trident is a replica. They celebrate to a copy of the trident and nothing more. That's bizarre. Does the king know that? Does the king know that they don't celebrate to the real trident that the daughter's supposedly in, or is that actually just because the maybe none of the officials actually believe in that story, and they just celebrate the trident to appease the people. Maybe all the people that are in the know don't actually think that she's in the trident, and so they just celebrate to the trident because it is something to make the people happy instead. That actually seems more believable, because otherwise it's just kind of crazy. Huh. Also, I have it now, which makes things weird too. History of Zora Part 2, The Reservoir of Hope, as told by King Dorephan. Once every 10 years, the Lanayru region experiences unusually heavy rainfall. The Zora River flooded every time. The tides damaged not only our domain, but our people, washing away poor souls and causing great suffering and disarray. The Zora king of the time, after seeking aid from the king of Hyrule, rode out to see what could be done. By joining the architectural genius of the Zora and Hyrule's technological prowess, East Reservoir Lake was swiftly built. Thanks to this fruitful partnership, Hyrule was no longer plagued by these devastating floods. In gratitude, the Zora king promised the king of Hyrule to manage the reservoir level to protect all of Hyrule from floods. Each Zora king since has kept the oath, spanning 10,000 years. That is why the reservoir signifies our bond with Hyrule. And yet, many of the people locally have resented Hyruleans because of what happened to Mipha. But they seem to have kept their bond, I think. This seems to be the implication, at least. Alright. We found a few of these. I was kind of just wandering around, but I've accidentally found a decent chunk of them now. Haven't kept count, though, as I've been going. So I have no idea how far I am. I feel like I've got it almost certainly more than halfway. That's about all I'm sure of, though.